Oh, something wait for Dean to
Cameraman.
Flip that switch.
All right, being 7 o'clock, I'll call to order the regular meeting for the Southern Worcester County Regional Vocational School District School Committee, April 7th. With that, routine matters, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
1B, Fire Department regulations, notice of proper exits.
Through the chair, we have 2 exits located right over here. If those are blocked, we can go through this door and follow the exit signs.
Thank you. Approval of minutes, public hearing budget minutes, March 3rd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain.
1 abstention, 2 abstention, 3 abstention, 4 abstention, 5 abstentions.
Wow.
Good luck in catching all those. All right. Regular meeting minutes, March 3rd, 2025. So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Same?
Yeah.
Carries. Thank you. Approval of warrants. They are passing around. I did see them over here. Here they come. Make sure you sign those so we can pay our bills, and I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Review of budget, year-to-date expenditure report through March 2025.
Through the chair, attached is an expenditure report showing expenses and encumbrances through March 26, 2025. The business office has also proposed a series of transfers that will take place later in the meeting. If you have any questions, Ms. Schofield is here.
Any questions or comments? Okay. Correspondence, I have it as none. Any? Okay. Student Advisory Committee, Matt, welcome.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that third quarter's almost come to an end. We're so close to almost being done. With almost 2 months left in the school year. As I said in my last report, the Skills USA competition was held on March 12th, and 38 of our competitors qualified for the state competition. So congrats to them and good luck on their trip to states. Boys baseball, volleyball, and lacrosse have begun along with girls lacrosse and softball. Spring break is coming up starting on April 18th, going to April 27th, which is even more exciting because it's starting to heat up. And I, for one, can't wait to get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather of spring. And that's all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. No old business, citizen participation. Okay, moving on. 4A, recognitions.
Sure. Through the chair, we have several recognitions. I want to congratulate our sophomore dental assisting students who passed their CPR BLS certification for the healthcare providers. We have senior ice hockey captain Nathan Lasher won the 2025 Nicholas S. Panucci Memorial Award for dedication, determination, perseverance, and loyalty for boys ice hockey. Nathan is only the 2nd Bay Path student athlete to win this award, so congratulations to Nathan. I want to congratulate our health tech seniors for passing their NHA National Certification Exam. So congratulations to Minos, Anna Fontes, Julia Burgos, Carly Donahue, Braylon Dunn, Joseph Mancini, Jenna Lee Russo, Kaylee Sheehan, and Manali Vida. I want to congratulate and thank our library media science instructor, Valerie Veladka, for organizing a wonderful recognition of our very successful women alumni during Women's History Month. I provided you all with a handout on that fantastic presentation that she did. Valerie worked with each one of our vocational technical programs to identify an outstanding female alumni, had graphics, do a presentation board, what year, what program, a quote, and what they're doing now. And we had a gallery in the library for that. And then many of them, all of them were invited. Many showed up to tour the school, visit their old shops, and were treated to a delicious lunch prepared by our culinary. So it was very well received. And I want to put a shout out to Valerie for taking that on, and we look forward to continuing that in years to come. I want to call out our spring break camp and a call out to everybody who's participating in that. This is a full career vocational technical education exploratory, well, the camp is full. It's a mini explore camp that will provide 3 days of hands-on experience in animal science, culinary, both in the kitchen and baking, plumbing, building property maintenance, and health tech. This goes for our 7th and 8th grade students in our 10-town community. They applied for it. Again, like I said, it's full, and I want to recognize all those that are making this wonderful opportunity possible. Our team is composed of enthusiastic, experienced professionals dedicated to providing a safe and engaging learning environment for each child. Our stars are Valerie Volodka. She's an enthusiastic and tireless camp administrator. Instructor Miss Holden, animal science pro with passion for paws and claws. Instructor Chef Blair, master of flavors and kitchen magic. Instructor Chef Armada, Chef A, culinary genius with a dash of creativity. Instructor Miss Rodriguez, cosmetology guru, skilled in the latest beauty trends. Instructor Mr. Vigent, the pipe pro with plumbing powers. Instructor Mr. Dominique, do-it-yourself expert and hands-on project pro. Instructor, we'll call him Mr. W. Wojciechowski, code master and web design wizard. Instructor Nurse Peel, health hero with first aid skills and cool career tips. I want to also call out our computer-aided design and drafting department head, Mike White, for his selection as the AET Labs Teacher of the Year. And couldn't say it any better, so I'll just read out his shout out. We're proud to present the 5th Annual Teacher of the Year Award at this year's Summit for New England Engineering, Design, and Robotics teachers. It was an honor that recognizes a teacher who goes above and beyond to prepare students for careers in technical fields. This year's recipient, Mike White, is a drafting instructor at Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School in Massachusetts. He was selected for his outstanding contributions to both his students and the broader education community. Mike's impact extends far beyond his technical expertise in drafting software or classroom pedagogy. What truly sets him apart is his positive, forward-thinking approach and unwavering belief in his students. He consistently fosters an environment of curiosity and problem-solving, always looking for ways to support and uplift those around him. One standout example of his dedication came during the remote learning days of COVID. Rather than settling for boring Zoom lectures, Mike personally delivered model-making materials to students across the many towns Bay Path serves, spending hours on the road to ensure their learning remained hands-on and engaging. At the same time, he taught himself Onshape, a cloud-based computer-aided design software, and incorporated it into his virtual lessons so students could continue building their skills through interactive tutorials. Mike's willingness to go the extra mile has left a lasting impression not only on his students, but also on his colleagues. Congratulations to Mike, and thanks for all he does.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Any questions or comments on the recognitions? Will it freshen our minds? No? All right, moving on to presentations. Presentations, 2024-2025 House Project Update.
So through the chair, first I want to say that Mr. Tripp sends his regrets. He couldn't be here tonight. COVID took him down. He muscled through the day, got through that, but came in, sent me a text saying, send my apologies, he just couldn't make it. So hopefully he's at home. He got a directive to get some rest. So I'll provide the update on the house project. The following is a list regarding the 24-25 house project prepared for the school committee. Electrical. The electrical shop is on track to complete the rough wiring stage by the end of this week, pending inspection early next week, April 7th through the 11th. The overall electrical completion timeline will depend on National Grid and the site contractor completing the trench for the service connection. We're monitoring this closely with the homeowner and National Grid contacts. Carpentry. The carpentry shop is working on siding and are awaiting inspections. The installation contractor is on standby and the board and plasterer have a tentative timeline. All finished work is dependent on the completion of this phase. Mr. Colas is working closely with the building inspector to ensure all steps are taken to ensure work continues smoothly. Plumbing. A rough plumbing inspection is expected this week. However, for the finished plumbing inspection to occur, the site contractor must complete both the septic system and the water line installation. We're on track at this point. Cabinet making. The cabinet making shop continues to work on cabinets and vanities. Mr. Staney and Mr. Massey are directly coordinating with the homeowner to ensure alignment with their needs.
Thank you. Any questions regarding the house project? Okay, moving on. Surplus equipment, C1 metal fabrication.
Through the chair. The superintendent director, the vocational director, and the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to place one slip roll machine in working condition valued at $100 and one pedestal grinder valued at $50 on the surplus equipment list to be disposed of according to the surplus equipment policy using the most appropriate methods available.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D, approval to attend Skills USA State Leadership and Skills Conference.
Through the chair, superintendent director, the vocational director, and the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to approve participation in the Skills USA State Leadership and Skills Conference to be held at the Best Western Royal Plaza Trade Center in Marlborough, Mass. from May 1st through May 3rd. For 2 advisors, 8 chaperones, 54 high school students, and 4 post-secondary practical nursing students for a cost of approximately $34,040 for high school students to be paid out of account 53, Skills USA, and approximately $2,280 for the practical nurse program to be paid out of account 12334 PN student skills expense.
So Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. E, approval of bid for Morbidelli machine cabinet making.
Through the chair, the superintendent director, the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to award the purchase and delivery of a new Morbidelli machine through Atkins Machinery in the amount of $148,100.
So moved.
The bid was just opened this morning.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Can you describe that machine in detail, or a little detail as to what it is? I think I know, but
It's a CNC wood machine for millwork, so custom trim, custom doors and panels and things like that. It's replacing an outdated, past its useful life machine. Did I?
Seemed accurate. Any other questions? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Sounds terrible. It's morbid. It's a morbid feeling.
F, approval of balance transfers.
Sure, through the chair, the superintendent director and the business manager recommend the school committee vote to authorize the proposed transfers to balance the accounts for the date ending March 26, 2025.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. G, approval of out-of-state field trip. 1, culinary arts, Newport Harbor Brick Alley Pub.
Through the chair, the superintendent director, vocational director, and principal recommend the school committee vote to allow 18 senior students and 3 chaperones to attend an out-of-state field trip to Newport Harbor and Brick Alley Pub in Newport, Rhode Island on May 12th, 2025. Expenses will be paid using the culinary arts student activity account.
What are they going to, I'm voting for it, but what are they doing?
So they're meeting with, let me get the greater detail. They're meeting with the owner. They're getting a tour of Newport and looking at all the establishments down there. And then the owner of Brick Alley Pub is going to have them in for lunch. So the experience will allow them to see where and how their food, which they cook every day, comes from. They'll experience local cuisine and service from one of the most successful restaurants in Newport, Rhode Island. The visit will give the students a guided tour around Newport Harbor, learning the history of the fishing industry. They will then enjoy a 2-hour lunch with the owner of Brick Alley Pub, who will speak to them about the restaurant business, give a tour of the restaurant, and answer any other questions they have. So yeah, the Brick Alley is pretty well known down there.
Yeah.
Motion.
So moved.
second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. H, approval of 2025-2026 school calendar.
Through the chair, superintendent, director, and the principal recommend the school committee vote to approve the 2025-2026 school calendar as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I, approval of student handbook revisions.
Through the chair, superintendent, director, assistant principal, and principal, as well as the policy subcommittee, recommend the school committee vote to approve the proposed student handbook changes for the 25-26 school year as presented.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. J, ratify BP Unit M MOA July 1, 2024 to June 30, 2027.
Through the chair, the negotiation subcommittee and the superintendent director recommend the school committee vote to ratify the BAPAP Unit M MOA dated July 1st, 2024 through June 30, 2027 as written.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Being none, I will call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Signing this now so I don't forget, and Leah yells at me. There you go.
Did you get both signature pages?
Nope, I'll get on that one next. All right, moving on, information and proposals, report from the superintendent director.
Through the chair, I've submitted a written superintendent director report. I can answer any questions. We'll call out just a few key items here. We finished our FinCom tour of the finance committees. We'll be starting very shortly on the town meetings for our budget. On Friday, March 28th, admissions notifications went out to all our applicants for the class of 2029. We sent out 330 acceptance letters and have scheduled a virtual town hall meeting for all accepted students and families to take place this week, April 9th at 6 p.m. And placement testing for those students who choose to accept will take place on Saturday, May 3rd. So you may be getting calls from a lot of constituents asking, you know, what's the process, how do they get in, how do they go on it. So we implemented the process in alignment with the latest approved acceptances policy that you did. There was a lottery component to that, and it was a qualified lottery. The students who were accepted and on a wait list, they went into a lottery system. If the cutoff was at 99 and there were only four more spaces available, but there were 20 students with the 99, they were randomly selected, and that's how the lottery worked on that. So we unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because we would take as many students that want our education, I think disappointed way more students than we elated them. So 330 acceptances with, you know, over 400, 500 waitlist students on that. We had a great, another thing I'll call out is we had a great advisory meeting. It was well attended, and we did a presentation on the proposed changes from DESE to BESE on Chapter 74. If anybody needs information on that, the end of public comment is April 18th. So if you're thinking about reaching out, definitely do it before April 18th. If you're looking for any templates for business and industry, from students, from teachers, from school committee, let me know. Amava has put together a whole library of, you know, where to start, and then you can customize it, you know, as you see fit and send those in. And I'll be sending letters before the end of this week to our legislators, asking them to advocate for legislation from Frank Moran, which is looking to take changes to those regulations out of the hands of DESE and put it in legislation, because it is legislation where it belongs. And it's a very well-written bill that he sent out, and again, I can send that all to you. I think I've sent it previously, but just let me know if you need any of that. Two other things real quick, I know, bear with me. On Thursday, March 27th, Ms. Barrett, Assistant Principal, I escorted our two superintendent scholars, Savannah Steiner from Health Tech, a student from Oxford, and Kaylin Anderson, electronics students from Charlton, to the Worcester County Superintendent's Association Scholar Luncheon, where they were recognized for their outstanding achievements. I did provide a write-up for both Savannah and Kaylin, and some pictures from the event, so we're awfully proud of them. The best pictures, though, are of the pie throwing contest. Mr. Packard and a whole host of our administrators, including Mr. McGowan, Ms. Barrett, Rick Carrero, Mr. Tripp, Nancy Alpine, and Dean Packard, put themselves front and center in the cafeteria and were bombarded with whipped cream pies to raise funds for the senior class. So a good time was had by all on that. And this week, on Thursday night, we look to recognize our most outstanding vocational student of the year at the 39th annual MAVA Most Outstanding Vocational Student Award night at the beautiful Mechanics Hall in downtown Worcester. This year we'll recognize and celebrate Manali Vada, a 12th grade health tech student from Southbridge, as Bay Path's most outstanding vocational student. Manali exemplifies academic excellence, leadership, and compassion. With a GPA of 4.3, she has earned certification as a nursing assistant and currently works at Arrington Hospital as a patient care assistant. Her clinical experiences span long-term care, acute care, and child daycare settings, showcasing her dedication to healthcare. As president of both the National Honor Society and the Leo Club, vice president of the class steering committee, and treasurer of the student council, Manali is a respected leader. She is also an active member of the varsity basketball team, yearbook committee, and mental health support club. Her extensive community service includes volunteering for Special Olympics, tutoring students, and supporting a local animal shelter. Manali's ambition to become a physician drives her commitment to pursuing a pre-med undergraduate degree in nutrition or biology. As a finalist for a full-ride scholarship at UMass Dartmouth, Manali stands as a shining example of dedication and excellence.
Thank you.
Oh, one last shout out. Also coming up is our, is our career fair, and we currently have 40 businesses showing up to interview and talk to our students about careers from all over our 10-town district, and that is, I lost the date, career fair? April 14th. April 14th, from noon till 2, right? On that. 2:30? Yeah, noon to 2:30. Excellent, so.
You done now?
Great job, yes.
Moving on to subcommittee reports, audit subcommittee, I know Joe's not here. We accepted the audit last month, just to give a quick summary for those who weren't here. Moving on to budget subcommittee, Tim Scher.
Yeah, just a shout out to all of those involved in this year's budget. Going very smoothly. We once again were at minimum on our assessments to the towns. I'm sure the towns are very grateful. And the proposed operating budget for assessment is $30,298,721. And as the superintendent told us, we're all through with our finance selectmen meetings.
Yes.
And now we have our vote on the town floor. So we have a schedule on each one of our towns.
Absolutely. Thank you. Building and ground subcommittee hasn't met yet. Negotiation subcommittee, Dave.
Thank you. Well, we met previously tonight to recommend the approval of the MOA for the Unit M. And thank you all for voting on that. Also, I'd like to publicly thank, as I did in our subcommittee meeting this evening, the members of the subcommittee. They've been putting in a lot of time and showing up to the meetings, which has been a lot of meetings in the last year and a half. So I want to thank them for their support and their input. The next agenda item for the subcommittee is the paraprofessional negotiations, and we'll be meeting again on April 30th at 5:30 here at Daypath for that, for the paraprofessionals. So it's ongoing.
Thank you. Warrant Subcommittee, again, warrants are available for signatures by all school members at tonight's meeting and every month and during the day at school. Just call before you come in to make sure someone's there. Remember, it's important to sign those so we can pay our bills. Future business, meeting date, public hearing on school choice and a regular school committee meeting will be held at 7 p.m. on Monday, May 5th in this room. Topics for future agenda, see the superintendent, Leah, or myself, and we'll do our best to get it on the agenda. I should skip over E, remarks from the superintendent director, because I think he used his allotted time, but anything further you could?
No, just thank you.
Perfect. Comments from the committee? I will.
Before, Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
policy subcommittee.
Did I skip policy?
Yes, you
Really?
did.
You're not doing a lot right now, so I don't know what really matters. Come on, Pete, you can do it. I checked it off as I jumped over the warrant.
The policy subcommittee had met earlier for the 25-26 student handbook revisions and pass it forward for the school committee to approve, which they have. The policy subcommittee also met on March 25th. We're continuing to look over all the policies with Tracy Novak. And our next scheduled meeting is next week, April 14th at 5:30. So we continue moving forward to revise the policies.
Thank you.
That's it.
Sorry for skipping you, because
That's okay.
you are working your tails off. Comments from the committee, Matt, anything? I'll move this way.
I'm all set right now, but everybody have a good spring break, I guess. You know.
Thank you.
At the same time.
Bob?
All set.
Bob?
All set.
Don?
Good.
good.
Pete? Al?
Well, I'd like to know that the time is passing fast and May 22nd is coming up for our memorial. And I would really appreciate if the school committee members would show up, because we're going to honor our deceased school member, Al Reese, and do our normal veterans memoriam, going through the whole procedure of that. It would be, I'm sure, very comforting to the family if we could sit surrounded by school committee members that served with Al. So I'd appreciate that.
Excellent. Thank you. Jim? George?
Matt, I like how you called it spring break, but do these guys look like spring breakers?
I guess that's true.
No, thank you for that report, and lots of recognitions, but too many to list. Some great athletic accomplishments, got to see our teams on the way, Skills USA. Again, all comes back to teachers, administrators, and what all of us do here on the committee. It's a team effort, so just congratulations to all moving forward, and have a wonderful spring break. Don't overdo it, guys.
Thanks. Katie?
I'm super excited to be going to the MAVA thing on Thursday to see somebody from Southbridge coming out doing so great. I had actually reached out to her setting school, and they were like, over there, they said, we're not surprised. She's always been that kind of driven student the entire time that she was here. So I'm really excited to experience that. Also, I say thank you to the locations that have been coming down, not coming down and helping out at the senior center in Southbridge as well. They just did a luncheon a couple weeks ago, corned beef and cabbage, coming to do manicures in a couple weeks, and then we're having a big health and wellness fair, so Health Tech will be there doing blood pressure screening. So I love being able to get youth helping out, commingling the ages. It's awesome, and I super appreciate everything that you guys all do.
Thank you.
Your turn.
Tim?
Question, how much was raised in this pie throwing contest? Any idea?
$350, I think.
Can we have a few more? I mean, we should have this once a week. And the suggestion is, and Matt, you can bring this back to your class. How about suspend the principal? And what you do is you literally have the principal 3 feet off the floor and just take the Gorilla Tape or whatever and
Just tape them?
just tape them.
Have you been through this before, Tim?
I have.
Just asking.
And there are
Yes, nightmares
tons
for-
but it is a lot of fun, and I do thank administrators for involving themselves, and kids get a kick out of it, and it's kind of a day to get even.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up to the steering committee because they're the ones that take the.
Sorry.
Tape has evolved since you retired too, I believe. They got better duct tapes now.
Oh, absolutely.
Gorilla.
Yeah. Anne Marie?
I just want to say congratulations to everybody that the superintendent mentioned. It's really exciting, great things happening.
Excellent. Don?
Just want to say that the display for the women alumni of Bay Path was, they had it up in the cafeteria last week, and it was pretty cool. I mean, you know, the library director really spent a fair amount of time and effort. It was a classy looking display. It was sharp looking, and really at home.
She does a great job. Mary? Helen?
I just wanted to say, along with Katie, I'm looking forward to the MAGA dinner Thursday night and celebrating our Southbridge gal. I'm looking forward to it very much. Very proud of her.
Excellent. Dave?
Yeah, echo what Don just mentioned. The dinner I thought was well attended, great coordination, food was outstanding. And I do love also the displays. I thought were really good. Do we take those displays and display them during the day in the caf for the kids to see?
We could look, they were put up in the library media center at the hallway.
Okay,
For the
and so
month of
kids
March.
going by, you
Yep,
can see
they
it.
can see it.
That's all, that's it. All right, cool, thank you.
Thank you. Mike? Good. All right. So a few things. The student from Southbridge, that young lady, I just read an application she made for a scholarship to the Education Foundation. I must say, what a remarkable woman. Just the story, you can't say enough good things about her. It's just incredible that that's a student in our halls with a vocation and a purpose to take that vocation and go even further. I mean, we're just setting the baseline and these kids are just gonna reach for the moon. It's unbelievable. So kudos to the town of Southbridge to have someone to go see this week. That's gonna be just outstanding, you can tell. Had our second working group meeting, just an update for the committee with Nicole and Dan, who are both here tonight. Very productive. We're actually trying to get a third one on the agenda for May. We touched base on a lot of new things, circled back on some old things, just fostering that communication and doing what we said we'd try and do. Still got high hopes that this won't go on forever, but if it does, at least we're fostering that communication to show that we are listening and hearing all the way around. With that being said, I don't think I have anything else other than, I mean, those recognitions, I'm glad you put them on the agenda because it's amazing what our staff and students are accomplishing. So with that, we will move into executive session for contract negotiations, and I'll entertain a vote to move into executive session for the purpose of MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, union, BPPA, level 3 grievance, and to reconvene in open session only for adjournment.
So moved.
Second. And a motion and a second, so this will be a roll call vote. Katie?
Yes means yes.
Yes means yes.
Yes.
Director is absent. Al Beelan?
Yep.
Jim Caldwell?
Yes?
Justin Gosher, absent. Don Jouett?
Yes.
Dave Grenier?
Yes.
Mary Johnson?
Yes.
Myself is a yes. Helen?
Yes.
Don Montville?
Yes.
Anne Marie?
Yes.
Peter Scher?
Yes.
Tim Scher?
Yes.
George Scobie?
Yes.
Mike Peaberry?
Yes.
Bob Tremblay?
Yes.
Absent. Bob Zukowski?
Yes.
All right.